Well, we have a quest to turn in here, I guess. After she notices you, Shamir gives you a displeased frown and irritably asks, "You again? Have you no friends that you must keep coming here to chat with me? Perhaps, though I find this extremely hard to believe, you are not completely useless and have some new interest for me." I did what you asked. She ignores you, looking somewhere else, but in your mind you hear her angry hiss. "So speak, if you have, but use your mind instead of flapping your lips. Your mind!" I know that you have done much to win Shamir's favor, but my heart tells me that helping her would lead to evil. Forget everything I've told you. We'll find another way to complete our mission. It is wrong to fight evil by increasing the power of another evil. Reject the promises of the ardent dream, and we'll leave this place before we betray ourselves and our ideals. Wow, really? But she'll kill me if I do that, won't she? Hydra crystals are the blood of fallen demon lords whose bodies became midnight isles, baptism servants, mine-like minerals. You have handled my secret task fairly well, although I was expecting you to do it with more skill. Take a reward and leave. My interest in you is at an end. I have no further need of you. The demon appears beside you from thin air. Actually, he really does appear from thin air. He holds a neatly wrapped package tied with the cord as red as Shamir's hair. You hear whispers in the crowd of demons. Beneath the hushed praise, you hear the burning envy that consumes them. Any one of them would give up everything to stand in place of this Galorian upstart, perform a service for Shamir, and won her favor. Slaver's Fury. That's 5 approval. Lead hand excellent to the hit against enemy under unfaring effect. The enemy subsides to penalty of all saves for 1 round. Huh. Okay.
You are most curious, mortal.
Nocticula, but do I know that? Does Durden know that? Who are you?
I am the one whose attention you have been seeking for so long. I am Nocticula, ruler of the Midnight Isles.
Asking for an audience.
You have my permission to enter the palace. Go there and wait. I will arrive when the time is right. Until then, you will be taken care of by one of my servants.
And here we are. Are they gonna question us or anything?
success worthy of praise.
Ink on the page is still wet. The book tells of the murders, massacre committed by a lady in shadow. One of the Coluxus demons after the Midnight Owl seems happened quite recently. Tall shelves filled with countless books and scrolls praising Lady in Shadow's many deeds. Some tomes are old, threadbare, others are new and in mint condition.
It went splendidly.
Lady in Shadow's library is called the Vault of Graves. It contains the biography of everyone whose life Nocticula has ever taken. Her victims are innumerable. Shadow, Queen Midnight Owls, Lady Nocticula, the darkness and lust.
Let's move!
Does she have anything for me to loot?
Greetings.
Gasp! A stately shadow comes towards you. In its hands, a small mirror sparkles and shimmers in an unsettling light. Greetings, Durden.
Lady Arilu, allow me to express my deepest admiration of your work, and may I just ask...
Fancy seeing you. I have a lot of questions for you.
You are looking for answers. That's good. That is why I am here. I have much to tell you. You have walked a long path, one where shadows constantly flicker at the edge of your vision, and questions multiply like flies above carrion. It is time for answers. At least, some of them.
You lifts her mirror and you fall into its cold, shimmering depths.
Day 16, Aridus 4715. Experiment, transformation. Subject, let's skip that. Objective, to embed the essence of a Nahindrian crystal in the soul of the subject. Expected result, the essence will coalesce with the subject's soul, which will ready itself for total transformation, triggering the concomitant powers. The time has come to put my plan into action. You are my creation. Your power was my gift. Now you know.
Let's say I believe you. Why did you need to do all this?
You are asking the right questions, but the time has not yet come.
The name does not speak, but his silence seems to thunder in your ears.
Your power is of the same kind as that of Nulkineth, Jeribeth, and the other demons that you have met. The power of the Nahindrian crystal dissolved into the blood lies within your soul. I have already hinted at this to you once before, when I left the essence along with the lexicon of paradox in my old laboratory, and ordered the suture to make sure the gift found its way into your hands. But there is more. Do you remember when you were taken to Canobris with a wound that would not heal? Do you remember how Terendelev apparently healed you? That was merely an illusion. The dragon was only able to temporarily dull the pain. In fact, it was I who saved you, when I came to you in the caves and implanted a crystal within you. No, saved is not the right word. Your wound is still not healed. That is why your wound weeps blood from time to time, every drop of which burns your enemies.
Ow! Remove a tampon? As if to confirm her words, blood begins to seep from the wound on your chest. Eerie flames seem to dance within the crimson drops.
pure essence of Nahindrian crystal. My invention is far superior to the crystals used by Xanther, which were barely refined at all. It will give you new strength, and help you to overcome the wound that still slumbers within your soul. Take it. Take it, and you will see that this is the very power that has lived in you since the Battle of Canobris.
Not much of a threat. Look at me. Before you know it, I'll be a decrepit heap of flesh just like some. But I still managed to keep living somehow.
No, because remember when she tried to get me to take the book and I refused it, I actually became more powerful? I get the same feeling here. I won't eat of your hand, Erlu, if it makes me weaker. I don't believe her. Channel all your power into these words, and strangely, you feel a surge of power within you in response. You turn down what Erlu Vorlish offered you, and your whole body embraces that choice. A wave of cold washes over your chest, and the open wound becomes smaller, as if your decision compelled it to shrink.
That effect. How unexpected. It deserves to be studied, but I will see to that later.
Enough! Enough of this madness! I was blind. O Lady of Heaven, how blind I was. I saw holiness in the half-fiend's creation. But is it truly possible? Angelic light in a creature of darkness? Am I tricking myself into thinking that I have been deceived? Forgive me, champion. I must leave you. I must collect myself. Pray. Reflect. Find me in the Nexus.
I'll be in the Nexus, guys!
We still have something to discuss.
What is this wound in my soul? How dangerous is it?
It was my mistake. My failure. I failed to... The tale is too long to recount here. Your wound is a reflection of the world wound in a way. It is very dangerous, even if you do not yet realize it. It is not a disease, but rather an abscess, which will one day burst and kill you. It cannot fully be healed until the world wound is healed. No doubt you have felt this affliction on several occasions. It awakens when you use your power. It makes you sense more strongly what mortals call the corruption of the abyss. Until the world wound is healed, you will have no peace.
You followed me?
Like a witch in a fairy tale, I watched over you from birth. From before that, even. And I kept detailed notes. You were chosen and prepared for a special destiny. I am pleased to see that you still wear them. I enchanted them specially to protect you from danger. I'm glad you found my gift useful.
I never found an upgrade, don't be too flattered.
Aside from this, I helped you, even when you were unaware of my presence. I saved you and your unfortunate companions when you fell into the crevice in Canobris. In the Grey Garrison, it was I who distracted Minago to allow you to approach the Wardstone. And in Dresden, I appeared under the guise of Yoniel to guide you toward the Sword of Valor. And I also left you a present in my old laboratory, and told the Suture to see that you received it. I knew that sooner or later you would find your way there. That place exerts a powerful pull.
Turns out you only toward the plans of your masters, but met Deskari.
They are not my masters. They are a resource.
Oh, really? Let's tell them that. While deployed at the lab necessary, you were ready to sacrifice your servant, the Suture, for it?
You always have to sacrifice something. I wanted you to go to the laboratory to see with your own eyes what I had been doing and what I am capable of, so it would be easier for you to accept the truth. The laboratory is the place where I prepared your ascent. And the Suture was the only one who I could trust to execute my plan and explain everything. After all, he too once experienced rebirth at my hands. And that is why I was willing to risk his life.
All you know is trickery and deceit. How do I trust you?
Honesty is a luxury we cannot often afford. I don't expect you to understand this now, but at least try to remember it for the future.
Tell me about the Nihydrian crystals.
Nihindrian crystals are formed from the solidified blood of demon lords. Their properties are not well known, even among the inhabitants of the Abyss, and there are reasons for this. Acquiring the blood of a dead demon lord is very difficult. After a demon lord dies, their body is instantly absorbed into the Rift of Repose. Only the Lady in Shadow knows how to kill them in a way that allows her to preserve the bodies of her fellow lords and transform them into a solid state. That means that Nihindrian crystals cannot be obtained anywhere other than the Midnight Isles. Or rather, it was impossible until recently, when I managed to experimentally obtain a crystal from the blood of a still living lord. You saw the result. A dagger made from Deskari's freshly shed blood, which I left for you in Canabris. As regards the use of the crystals, that is a discussion that would take time, a very long time. Someday I will finish my groundbreaking treatise on the transformation of Nihindrian crystals, although it is unlikely I will ever publish it.
Oh, I've got time. So you agree with how to use the crystals to imbue living creatures with power?
Not just any creatures. Demons. And half-demons. The soul must have a stable connection with the Abyss in order for it to receive the power of the crystal. Experiments involving tieflings and mongrels failed because the voice of the Abyss was not strong enough within them.
Valuable information. The Order will be interested to learn this.
What have you done to my soul?
Your soul. I changed myself by knitting my soul together with the essence of the Abyss. And I changed you. Do you remember the fits of rage that began shortly after Deskari's attack on Canabris? This is how the second half of your soul manifested itself. Not yet fully aware. Not yet awakened. It's a pity you did not choose to let your demonic nature take hold. The result would have been most impressive.
But then I wouldn't be able to level up as a paladin.
All those arrogant crusaders, those knights with their eyes ablaze, those pious priests. They have installed at the head of their magnificent army a scion of the Abyss, the creation of the architect of the world wound, whom they so revile.
Strange to see you in Nocticula's palace. Who do you really serve, Deskari, Baphomet?
Both, and neither. I have served both Deskari and Baphomet, and not merely as the lowest in the pecking order. But I do not think you'll be surprised when I tell you that to me, both of these mighty lords are merely convenient temporary sources of power. And their time is almost at an end. But the Lady in Shadow is different. She is the preeminent ruler. Soon you will understand this for yourself.
So my power is different from that of Jerabeth, Noctilith, and other demons.
Yes, because I taught Xanther and the other servants of Baphomet and Deskari the earliest version of this transformation ritual. I spent decades perfecting it, until I obtained the power that I gave to you. Power in its most purified form, cleansed of the filth and chaos inherent within the original blood of the demon lords. Your power is as pure as thrice distilled water. but it resonates with other powerful sources of supernatural power, such as the Sword of Valor. And your power can change. You must have realized this already. You have shaped my gift into a form that you yourself have chosen. You are seeking answers, trying to understand the crux of the matter. That is good.
That's all I want to know.
I want to help you close the world wound.
Really? La. Arilu's words are cut off by a quiet laugh. Sitting on the throne that was empty just a moment ago was none other than Nocticula, ruler of Alushinra and the Midnight Isles, a powerful demon lord, and the one they call Our Lady in Shadow. Her red lips curl in an ironic smile, and her large eyes observe you with keen interest.
You were about to say, we are going to close the world wound, weren't you, Arilu? I see no reason to continue deceiving this mortal. Now I am convinced that he is quite worthy of serving me. I will even reward him with a modicum of knowledge about the events in which he is about to take part.
Been sitting on your throne listening to us the whole time?
Naturally. I am in the habit of observing my servants and guests while remaining unseen. Their private thoughts fly most eagerly from their lips when they believe themselves to be unwatched. And secrets exchanged in whispers are often invaluable.
I'll just nod calmly. My greetings, Lena Kippa.
Such an impenetrable face you have, mortal. It hides your heart well. I have had my eye on you for a very long time. You see, it was at my behest that Lady Vorlesh imbued you with such incredible powers. But I was curious to see your worth as an individual, not as Lady Vorlesh's creation. Thus, I decided to postpone our meeting and see how you'd fare in Alushinra, and whether or not you could win respect and power among those not so easily impressed by outstanding magical abilities. Well, you've passed my test adequately, by proving that your character and your will are stronger than the Nahindrian powers Lady Vorlesh has vested in you.
You are wise, my lady. However, only those who have never known or forgotten what it is like to be mortal can so easily dismiss the importance of power. To be someone whose life is fragile and can be cut short at any moment, like a candle snuffed out by a gust of wind.
It is a shame your angel has left you, mortal. I would have liked to talk to him. I don't expect I will get another chance, as that celestial buffoon's days are numbered.
Think the hand of the inheritor is going to die?
Because he charged off all alone into the vastness of the abyss. An old friend awaits him there, the Echo of Deskari. And the Echo has been anticipating this meeting for a long time.
Told me his magic deceived all eyes of evil spawn in the abyss, but not yours?
Perhaps you don't know everything about me yet, mortal. Perhaps you made the same mistake as many before you, and many who were more insightful and more powerful than you, by presuming to know what to expect from the Lady in Shadow.
Tell me about the Echo of Deskari.
He is a strange creature, a bespoke creation, so to speak. Long before the world wound was opened, Deskari, that little cricket, was seeking a way to have some fun on Galarian and assert his influence there. One day, he decided to gather a few strong mortal followers, fuse them together into one being, and pump that being full of his own power, in the belief that something worthwhile would come of it. That is how the Echo came to be. To the great dismay of both the Echo and the Lord of Crickets, the Echo was greeted by Eridan, protector of humankind. Eridan gave the Echo such a thorough thrashing, the whole abyss thought him dead. And yet he was not. Cricket, the younger, is alive and well, though I cannot say the same for Eridan. But the Echo remembers his humiliation still. He hates anything and everything related to Eridan, especially his inheritor, Iomade. Her heralds, her priests, her temples. He would hate Iomade's pet pug, if she had one.
Anybody hated pugs, they're so cute. Why does the Echo of Deskari prey upon the hand of the inheritor?
Envy, humiliation, ego. The usual playthings of little boys from all planes and realities. The Echo suffered more than one defeat. First at Eridan's hand, then under the onslaught of the forces of heaven. Those routes taught him to attack his enemies by stealth, boldly and often, killing and crippling anyone close to the light-bringing goddess. Now, it seems, he has decided the time has come. The Herald of Iomade himself is in the abyss alone, without a retinue of lesser angels.
I see.
He's an interesting little bird, that angel. Before he became the Herald of Iomade, he served Regathiel, the General of Vengeance. I've always found the fate of that Imperial Lord to be quite fascinating. Did you know that the father of the Upper Plains' top military leader was a devil from hell? Regathiel had to achieve many feats to redeem his unholy legacy in the eyes of the other Imperial Lords. But he did. A remarkable tale, is it not?
Your conversation is interrupted by a concerned-looking succubus who silently approaches Nocticula, then begins to fervently whispering into her ear. Nocticula's expression turns hard and cold as Nocticula ponders the new development. The messenger makes eyes at you playfully. You recognize those green eyes, except they were awash with pain when you last saw them. The owner is bleeding out in the caverns of the Nexus. The succubus smiles slyly and gives you a wink. She didn't die.
Another island, another loss. Enough! I warned them that I would not stand for the desolation of my realm. They have not heeded me, and they will regret it. Go to your sisters, and tell them to prepare.
She sends the green-eyed servant away and turns her face to you once more.
But I digress. Let us continue. I have prepared a beautiful intrigue that will topple many of your enemies and seal the world wound forever, ending the threat to Galarian. And you have the chance to become part of that intrigue.
But I don't like intrigue. And an Ember would like to speak to you.
Ember? So that's her, then? Well, approach.
Don't embarrass
I've
me.
heard you bleeding your pathetic prayers at me. You have some nerve addressing me with such nonsense. Did you think I would simply repent? Renounce my status as a demon lord? Do you have any idea what I had to do to acquire it? Wait, what is this?
What is that? Tears are rolling down Ember's cheeks as she simples noisily. She presses her maimed hands against her heart and stares up at Nocticula. Her fragile form shudders from weeping. Why have you brought this simpleton here? This is Alushinra, not Neuroscion. They don't give alms here.
I can't stand these noises. Do you think you're the first to try to move me with a display of tears? It only makes me angry. If you wish to speak, then wipe your nose and speak clearly.
Need a Kleenex, Ember?
I know what you had to do to others and to yourself. so sorry. If only I could ease your pain somehow, calm your sorrows.
So, where were we? My pain? My sorrows? What nonsense are you talking? Don't tell me you pity me.
I'm so sorry. You're the most miserable soul I've ever seen. I've seen people burned alive, people being devoured by monsters, people burying their children. They were in pain, so much pain. But I've never seen anyone in as much pain as you.
What is this sacred drivel? What do you even know of me, Nat?
I've seen your city. You were the one who built it. It is the way you wanted it to be. It holds all of your dreams, all of your heart, and everyone in this city is suffering. Everywhere, all the time, every minute. All who live here are hurting and scared. If these are its citizens, how miserable must its ruler feel?
And this is what you brought her to me for. You think this infantile sniveling is worthy of my attention?
You've chosen her wisdom more than once. Perhaps it would benefit you to listen to her as well.
As if I hadn't seen enough sanctimonious bores in my life.
I'm about to die, aren't I?
So, what do you suggest I do, preacher? Beg the good gods' forgiveness? Devote myself to serving a sword-swinging upstart, perchance? Or that old crone, the moon?
No. Gods can't help anyone. They're just like us mortals. Silly, frightened, clueless. You're almost a goddess yourself. You know better than anyone that no one can save you. No one except you.
Save me? From what exactly?
From yourself. From what you've done to yourself. From the city you've imprisoned yourself in. Listen! You are a queen, but you're the queen of pain and filth. Your realm is a realm of your own suffering. You're almost a goddess. You can do anything you want. So why won't you make yourself happy? You could become the Redeemer Queen.
Redeemer Queen.
Oh, the Redeemer Queen! That's new. Never in all my years have I heard anything like that. Well, child, enough joking. Get out of my sight, or I'm afraid I might decide to keep you here forever as my fool.
Do you think she took my words to heart?
Who knows? Maybe you got under her skin and she's just in denial.
I suppose you're right. We'll see what happens.
I told you to get out! I don't want to hear your squeaky voice again!
Did Aurelia really create me? She certainly had a hand in your present state of existence. Lady Vorlish designed the world wound, a magical phenomenon of unfathomable power. To seal it, we required a key that was just as strong and unique. Simply put, we required a champion, and she chose you. Both your powers and the wound on your chest were the result of her experiments. She infused your soul with the essence of the abyss. Of course, you remember none of that. Everything was done in secret. Even the power granted to you was purified to the extent that it was possible, so that you would not guess its source ahead of time. And trial after trial, you watched your will be tempered, then when time came, by filling you with the energies of Nihydrian crystals. These energies are necessary for a task at hand. Everything that's happened to you was part of my intrigue. I was going to summon you and reveal the truth. Time was right. Instead, you followed your queen's orders and arrived here early. One can only hope that you are prepared to accept the truth. Everything has its price. Your wound was, in essence, the flip side of all my experiments. There was a reason why we required a true champion, not merely a living tool whom we could fling into the flames, leave world wound, and close it like any lesser rift. I think you should know that. Don't be too hasty. We haven't burdened him enough with revelations for now. Give him time to become accustomed to the truth about himself, then you can share all the details. I want to ask what powerful denizens of the Abyss. Interested in one of my servants, or do you wish for me to tell you something about your enemies? Are Pathfinder Deskari your allies? Goat and the Locust, allies are too strong a word for our relationship. Our connection was forged by circumstance, not a desire to deal with each other. When the world wound opened, it tied your world to our realms. I did not join my armies with theirs, but I was forced into making peace with them so as not to get bogged down the tiring and distracting war. If I had the opportunity, I would have met them in my terms and expanded my territories at their expense. Unfortunately, this is not currently possible. By the way, one of them came to me with an offer of atrocious alliance that involved conceiving little ones together. I'm still contemplating the specifics of my refusal. It needs to be clear and unambiguous. Okay. This passage leads from your realm to the lair of Echo of Deskari. I want to go there. Ah, so the Cricket's avatar has gnawed his way into my realm, has he? I can guess where he is. I receive reports about unusual Deskarite activity in the slums of the lower city. It won't be easy to break into the Echo's portal, but as a sign of my affection toward you, I will have my servants do it. Keep in mind, however, that such tampering is very difficult to conceal. When the portal is breached, the Echo will know. Who was it that was going to commit treason against her? Is that so? Who was it decided to inform on? More importantly, how did you learn of these traitors and how credible are his accusations? Mare is researching the hydrogen crystals in secret. Perhaps she is planning to overthrow you. How nice of you to warn me. I'm impressed. I do wonder, however, did you really think I was unaware of this, or did you merely want to demonstrate your loyalty? Either way, I appreciate you telling me. I think this is proof I can rely on you. It is unfortunate that while you did uncover her devious scheme, you still gave her the knowledge she sought. It would have been wiser to keep her in the dark. I'll have to keep a closer eye on her from now on, then again, it's also trivial. Mining the hydrogen crystals is a surefire way to sink the island crystals are onto the bottom of the Shire. I assume you understand why all who have attempted to procure them on Alanethia were executed. At least you didn't tell Shamir about the mines you found. The last thing I need is the ardent dream boring into my capital. You still tolerate Shamira? Someone has to deal with trivial matters. Shamira's betrayal was assured the moment I made her my favorite, just as Zyphorians before her. The second always dreams of rising to be the first. I know the feeling well. Alright then. What exactly were you offering me? I'm offering you the chance to become my weapon. Your enemies are a thorn in my side as well as yours. What's more, I have schemed against Golorion, nor have my warriors taken part in the conquest of your plane. At least, not at my behest. There's no cause for enmity between us. Why would you want to close the wound? When the world wound opened, I was pleased. My realm was now connected to another plane. I wanted to make it my crossroads of worlds, a place where demons, devils, and even angels could meet. The world was a convenient path along which I could advance my ideas. But the Midnight Isles were the only realm that had been linked to Glorion through the wound. Deskari and Baphomet also head away from their realms into your plane. Their servants flooded my islands and spread out across them like a plague of locusts, killing guests, who under my protection, questioning my rule. They were driven by their lust to conquer and enslave, whether on Goloran or in some other abyssal realm. I was forced to shift my focus and express my discontent. Eventually, atop the bones of our servants, we reached an accord. I would let their armies pass, and they would comply with my wishes while on my islands. Of course, the accord is a plight fiction. Both Deskarites and Baphomets are attempting to amass their power and influence Shinra to overthrow me. When they think I'm not watching, they break my taboos and revel in their own impudence. And worst of all, Lady Vorlash told them about the Hydrian crystals. They realized what kind of power the crystals hold, and now they are determined to mine every last deposit hidden within my islands. And once an island loses its crystals, it becomes nothing but flotsam, slowly sinking into the dark waters of the Shire. With every lost island, my power diminished. I could start a war and kill the plunderers, but a major conflict would hinder some of my other plans, so instead I will teach my neighbors a lesson by orchestrating their ignominious defeat at the hands of a mortal. How exactly do you plan to close the world wound? It's a complicated magical process. You will receive precise instructions once you've captured the Threshold Fortress on Golorion. There, at the exact spot where Lady Vorlash opened the world wound, you will be able to close it. But first, you'll have to crush the Guardians of Threshold, and their forces are growing by the day. Hepzimira, Baphomet's daughter, is mining a large number of the Hydrian crystals in my realm. These crystals are her secret weapon. No army on Gloran can stand against them. You must stop Hepzimira. If you do not, your world will fall, and my plans will suffer significant harm. At one time, I disclosed the secret of transformation to two servants of Baphomet and Deskari, Xanthervang and Utasaphan. It was a well-calculated gambit, which bought us time and assured both Deskari and Baphomet of my loyalty. Mustafa'son and is Hepzimite's favorite, who receives transformation of her army. Hepzimira is currently on another island far from here. The route to that place is plagued by pirates, monsters, tempests, and other more terrifying dangers. Have you heard of living bubbles of frozen time that swallow airships? And when the ships reach port, their crews discover they've gone for 100 years? That is not the strangest occurrence you could encounter on your journey. I'm willing to provide you with a decent ship and experienced crew. If you kill Hepzimira, it will stop her sinking any more of my islands, but without giving Baphomet cause to declare war on me. We are clearly being manipulated into serving as a tool in an intrigue we cannot fully evaluate, given that we lack complete information. It would be tempting to make use of her resources. That's what bait and trap is supposed to be, tempting. Why is it so important to kill Hepzibah? Deskari and Baphomet won't just stand there and watch you close the world wound. They'll send their armies after you, so you will need an army of your own, and that is something the Crusaders won't have for long. Hepzibah is mining more and more Nihydrian crystals to empower her forces when she attacks Golorion. If you don't stop her, the Crusader resistance will be crushed, and the ranks of demons pouring through the world wound into your world will multiply 100-fold. You were sent here to cut off the demon army's supply of Nihydrian crystals, weren't you? Well, that's exactly what you're going to accomplish. But we'll consider your offer. And accept it, I'm sure. I respect your caution and will force you into submission. We all stand to gain. We do my bidding of your own volition. An interesting destiny lies before you, mortal. You will rise to great heights and play a part in the events of titanic proportions. Many would give their life for a chance to tread such a path. Hepzibah visits Elishinra every now and again, but her true lair is far from here. She hides on the island of Olifir, to the northwest of my archipelago. There lies her secret fortress. In the deep mines, her slaves dig Nihydrian crystals for the invading army she plans to bring to Golorion. I will give you a magnificent airship and experienced crew to take you there. It will be a long, perilous journey. Take some time to prepare. If I'm going to depart for Olifir, you guards must watch my camp in the Nexus and all who are residing there. Well said, my assassins. To be sure no harm comes to your entourage, be grateful for my patronage, mortal. Tell the news to take care of business in Elishinra. Arido, you're no longer needed here. As you will, my lady. You have taken a liking to my city, I see. Well then, savor it to the fullest, then come back for truly important business. Most importantly, I have to level up first. The hand of the inheritor is silent for a long time before speaking. Here's I am the one to blame for the discord between us. I was a poor companion, and I left you alone in the den of evil. And as soon I will leave you again, so please listen to me before we part. My faith has suffered a terrible blow, but in my blaze of desperation and anger, I spared no thought for your feelings. Even if you are not chosen one, my radiant mistress, you are still a victim of a plot devised by an evil, whose insidiousness defies description. You have my sympathy, believe me. If only I knew how to heal your soul of corruption Ariel Vorlish has placed in it, I would do so without a moment's hesitation. But I have no such knowledge, and I see no hope ahead, just darkness and inevitability. Why'd you not even expect something like this? I was so eager and confident, and my heavenly mistress, I admit, was so busy with her unfathomable concerns that she could not honor me with an audience. She, of course, was aware of truth, and, without a doubt, she would have restrained me from making such decisions. If only I had taken more time and waited for her counsel. It is wrong to blame an enemy for his cunning once you've been caught in his web, but still, Aurilu Vorosh is an extremely skillful and powerful spellcaster. Even now, when I look at you, I see an angel of light, and nothing reveals the other entity hiding behind that light. I only glimpsed it, and you were gaining your powers back there in the palace. I saw the kinship between your powers and the powers contained within a Hydrian crystal. What a bitter, bitter insight. Well, you know, I feel a bit shocked myself. Stay strong and don't let evil possess you. Listen, Durden, I have already told you that I trust in your good intentions, and I believe you were used against your will, but it is also true that you're a weapon forged by the same hands that mutilated the world with the world wound. And no matter what intentions Aurilu and her patrons are hiding, they cannot be good. Therefore, no matter how difficult it is for me to say it, you cannot return to the Crusaders and fight alongside the righteous, and I am not prepared to support you in any other endeavors. Any course of action you choose could prove to be a secret plan orchestrated by Aurilu and the Demon Lords. I would be glad to heal you, but I can't. I would be happy to bring retribution to Aurilu, the Lady in Shadow, for what they've done, but it is not within my power. I am helpless here, but I cannot just sit around doing nothing. I am leaving. I am going to hunt for the Echo of Deskari. Then at least one righteous thing will have been accomplished in the abyss. Forgive me. He falls silent. His words sound desperate, as if he does not truly believe in the success of his mission and is seeking your forgiveness now because he knows there will not be another chance. Oh, frail your faith must be if you're ready to lose trust in me so easily. Don't my deeds clearly show who I am? Do you really think it's fair to judge people by the source of their powers, not by the way the powers are used? I deserve this rebuke. It makes me doubt the correctness of my decision. I just do not know what the right thing to do. Then again, the Echo of Deskari still roams the abyss, and somewhere his captive is still suffering. Deep in my heart, I know that this enemy is too much for me to handle alone. I have no right to reject your help in this mission. No matter what doubts may torment me, let us go together. If you believe that your deeds matter more than the source of your power, prove it. Use your power for a good cause. My thoughts exactly, pal. The arch of the portal looks as though the giant has taken a forge hammer and smashed it to pieces, or the portal itself is clearly open and active. You're here! I saw Nocticula's servants visit the portal. They destroyed almost everything, I expect. And to launch an assault, they simply opened the gate and disappeared. I did not reveal myself to them. Good, I'm happy to know we're here. I hope he was trembling in his lair.
You are my favorite aide.
So there's no need to be stingy.
We should move.
Bah!
I will lend you my aid.
I'll make my own. This is my path.
I won't let you hurt my friends!
Forwards! Retreat is not an option.
across the wrong mongrel.
What? What is this?
Strike with all your might! Kneel before me.
Damn it, land shoot
Won't
something.
survive me.
We can do it!
Be gone, fiend!
I will take all that, you better believe it. I'm not leaving her empty-handed, no sir. The aviator of the Demon Lord stands motionless in the center of this horrific parody of a temple. At first glance, it looks as though the Echo of Deskari is praying. However, on closer inspection, you realize he is watching a swarm of insects consume the body of one of his victims. Aleandra's body is covered in horrible wounds, but when she turns to you, her eyes are bright. I see light in this dark place. I knew my hopes were not in vain. I have witnessed many abominations here in the Abyss, but I have never seen anything more revolting than this abode of filth. My enemy, you may be called Echo of Deskari, it is time for the Echo to fall silent. I thought you'd like my home, Hand of the Inheritor. After all, I've created it in the image and likeness of your goddess's temples. Many angels and mortals have lost their lives within these walls. They called out to Iomede, but she never answered, no matter how many torments they endured. Their pleas were music to my ears. Don't you think that a temple is the best place to commit such a bloody sacrilege? Did you really think you could surprise me? Did you think you could catch me off guard after you alerted all about Lushinra? And Nocticula herself to your presence? The noise you made breaking down the portal was enough to wake the dead demon lords in the rift to repose, but fine. I'll play your little game. I'll be an accommodating host and listen to you brag about how clever you've been. This won't take long for you to realize that you walked straight in my trap. You failed to enter. Over your atrocities, monster. Not this time. Prepared something very amusing for you. Now you will burn. Didn't I just tell you that? Have a rumble shakes the Echo's lair, and then... Am I in Baphomet Temple? I don't know. This is the lair of the Echo of Deskari, as far as I know. Sangrisuia. It's the Devastator, a demonic mechanism. It's incredibly, immeasurably dangerous. And its fuel, oh, I can feel the fire, the pain. The mechanism burns angels alive and uses their power as fuel. Close ranks. This won't be an easy fight.
Yet another obstacle.
What's she up for us? whiny, obnoxious snot like weirdos. I don't know what that does, but it looks painful, so I'll use it.
Endure this! This one's mine.
What? That was unexpected. An angel falls out of the destroyed demonic mechanism. Argona shrieks like a wounded bird and dashes toward him. The angel's body is covered in burns. He is alive, but unconscious. My brother, how could this be? We thought you were dead. Is that Lariel? It's him! All of us in Neath thought this angel was buried in our Hall of Agony, as our legends were lying to us. That accursed Echo has been keeping Lariel prisoner this whole time. He was holding him in secret, saving him for a special occasion. And he decided to throw him into the furnace of the Devastator. Now I understand the invisible burns that you and Argona suffered in the Nexus. Both you are connected to Lariel. She is his sister, and you inherited the light of his sword. When he was thrown into the demonic fire, you felt his pain. The two of you shared in his suffering and anguish. Can we help him? Yes, he's wounded and weak. I'll take him to the Nexus and heal his wounds. Everything will be alright. We found your brother. We saved him from the fire, just like the good knight once saved me. The fight is over? I'll go help Elindra. I'll come with you, champion. The Echo has escaped, and it grieves me we can't give him the punishment he deserves, but at least we can save our comrade. Is this a joke? What? Distance, beautiful angel appears to be unscathed. As you move closer, however, you can see that he's covered in a seething swarm of insects, crawling with numerous wounds and lacerations on his body. Segments of dismembered bodies have been put together in the shape of a sword, symbol of Iomede. Corpses worn, battered, murdered, symbol of Iomede. Corpses bound, hand and foot, its lips are frozen, final death cry, and larvae spills from open mouth. What other gory surprises do we have? What's in there, do you think? The Echo of Deskari's empty lair stretches out before you like a sinister parody of a holy temple. My friend, we should not linger here. I know a way for us to leave this place. It doesn't require a key to the portal. There's a service entrance that used to receive and deliver goods from Elushinra. It's protected by magical wards, but they are not very strong. The wards may injure us, but I do not think they will kill us. But to leave this place as soon as possible. We're no longer at the Midnight Isles, we are in another abyssal realm that is 100, no 1,000 times more dangerous. We do not have long before residents, unless we discover our intrusion. Oh, this sounds cool. We will not leave until we commit everything to holy fire. Yes, let the fire burn away the filth. Odin, through grief and filth, fire will be your fate. You will burn, and we will leave victorious. Light of heaven, bright as ever, flows from you and kindles a holy fire, a wrathful flame for the righteous. Fire! I wanted to look for treasure, man. I don't know why we couldn't look around some more. Wow. What was up with that? Yeah. Thought that fight was a little bit longer, but I guess not. Yeah, but once again, I'll thank you for watching. I'm really curious to see where this goes next. We'll probably go into another city once I've got myself an airship, and we'll see what happens there. Bye-bye for now. As usual, you can find me on Facebook, Reddit, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Yeah, have a great day. See ya.